Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. I hope everyone had a great Tuesday. It's been a busy one for me. Thank you for being here today. Today's topic of discussion is push through the pain. Before I get into that topic, I want to find out how everyone is doing today. Has everyone been benefiting from the information that's been given here? I hope you all are benefiting the way that I have been by sharing my experiences of what helps me to get through the pain, the healing process, the little tidbits that I'm sharing here, because those things have helped me tremendously. One of the most important things is the self love on yourself. Give yourself the nurturing care that you need, especially during this time of grief and loss, because it can take a toll on your body as well as your mental health. So please take care of yourself. Even if you do one thing, one little thing um, per day for yourself, it helps because it's baby steps, little by little. Because it takes a real toll on you when you lose someone that you love so much. And I do understand that. And I'm sharing my personal experiences here because it's going to help someone else. And before I get go any further, thank you for sharing these messages, these videos with other people. Because, like I said, someone somewhere needs to hear these messages. Because everyone is not going to be open about the depression and the feelings that they have because of the loss of loved ones. Some people do not just share how they are feeling, they go into a period of isolation. And we don't want that isolation. I mean, it does turn into depression, but we don't want a person or anyone to stay in that place of depression because it could lead to other things like suicidal thoughts. And we don't want that for anyone. You can get through this. You never get over the loss, but I promise you, little by little, you can get through it because if I can get through it, you can as well. And like I said before, I've lost so much during the shutdown, and all these losses take a toll on your health as well as your mental health as well. So it's important that we take care of ourselves. Always put yourself as a priority, especially during this time that you're grieving, because without you, if you don't take care of you, you can't take care of anything else. Never allow yourself, like I said before, never allow yourself to stay in that pain or depression. You have to fight through, because there's going to be plenty of days where you just don't want to do anything, because you're grieving. And that's okay because that's going to be the case, in the beginning. Allow yourself to feel the pain. However, tell yourself as you're going through this pain that in time you are going to feel better. You're always going to have that void inside of you because of the loss, but you will feel better with time. I always tell myself when I feel depression and it feels overwhelming, what would my mom think? Would she want me to stay in this place of depression? Would she want me to, be depressed all the time? Or my grandparents, because I was close to them as well. No, they want me to move on with my life. They would want me to embrace life to the fullest, my life to the fullest. We have our grieving period, and then we start to slowly feel better. But tell yourself when you feel that overwhelming depression, ask yourself, how would my loved ones who's passed over would feel? Would they want me to stay in this place? They know that you're going to grieve, but do they want you to stay in that place of sadness? No. And 9 times out of 10, they don't want that. They want you to embrace life and to be happy. And it takes a little bit to get through that. But I had to, as I felt that deep depression, I had to ask myself these things. What would my grandparents want? What would my mom want? They would be sad knowing that I won't allow myself to get out of that depression. So I fight through, I fight through. And what's important also, as you're doing the healing, to self love on yourself, not to be so hard on yourself because you're human. We all are human. And, not to expect the healing process to happen sooner than later because we all heal at different levels and stages and within our life. So keep that in mind as well. What I do now, because it's been since 2020, even though I still have those moments of grieving, like I tell everyone, Sunday nights, very difficult for me, but I acknowledge something every day related to my mom and my grandparents. I think about the good times I had with them, things that put a smile on my face. And you can do that as well. Think of the good times that you had with the Passover loved ones. Keep their memory alive, by talking about them, the good things you did together, the things that made you laugh. Like, for example, the other night, I had something on my phone from Facebook about pugs. And there was one on there that looked that did something cute that my pug who passed away did. And I started thinking about my time with him and how I loved that dog so much and, the funny times and the joy he brought to me. And I started to do that and it helps, it doesn't help fill, it doesn't take away the void, but it does help, so I try to remember the good. When I was going through the beginning of my grief, the other thing that I did, I have an outline here so that I can cover everything. Um, I made a list, of what would help me to feel better. And I talked about this with my therapist as well. Write down the things that would help me get through it, that would make me feel better. And I did that. And slowly I started to put those things on a list and to action. And little by little, I start to feel better. And it didn't happen overnight. We're 3 years in, and I still have like get through Sunday nights. And even some nights, during the week is hard. But I fight through, and I also pray to God. I have prayer conversations with God when I feel like when I especially overwhelmed, I would ask God to help bring me through this. I can't do this by myself. Help me to get through this because this is the hardest thing. One of the hardest things I had to deal with. All these losses at one time. Help me get through it. And also in the beginning, I was forgetting that my mom had passed over, and certain days I would talk to her, like on Sundays, and I picked up the phone a couple of times and called her, and I said, "Oh, damn, she's gone." And I remembered and put the phone down and started crying. And it's okay to cry. It's okay to let yourself feel those emotions because it's an outlet for the pain. And as you start to allow yourself to feel it, like I always say, I'm not a therapist, but these things work to help me. And I am in therapy, and I've done so since 2020. And there's no shame to that. Some people may not think so, but it's not. It's helping because we all are human. We all are going through something, and sometimes we need that help, and it's okay. It's okay, to do that. And whatever area or state that you live in, please Google a therapist in your area and connect with them. And little by little, if you vibe with that therapist, little by little, you're going to start to feel better. Always keep your loved one memories alive. And also, there are bereavement groups as well. Whatever state you are from, please look up the bereavement groups in your state, and please, see if you can connect with them as well, because they're going to be people there, that group, who are grieving just like you and I, and they are going to share what's helped them, and it may be a tidbit for you also to get through it. As we help one another, we get better. And as we get better and learn certain things, then we can pay it forward and help somebody else. And that's so important because some people are grieving silently. They're not telling others how they're feeling. And they could have these emotions that are so overwhelming that they go into a deep depression and may have suicidal thoughts. And we never want that for anyone. We want everyone to get the help that they need. So as they get better, they can do better and feel better and help others. And what I decided to do also, and after, I stay in prayer, like I said, constantly, and God has been so good to me and helping me through the process. I have learned to transmute this pain into power, turning it into a purpose, turning it into a channel to help other people so that they can learn some little tidbits and ways to get through the process. And please continue to share this information in this channel because people need to hear this. And also, don't be hard on yourself. Time is of the essence. And not time is of the essence. What I meant to say is that in time, you will feel better. Time takes the place when it comes to healing, and it doesn't happen overnight. Some people may get through the grief sooner than later, and others it may be later, and that's okay. Never, you know, never be critical of yourself because this is difficult. It's not easy, but as you strive to get through it, pat yourself on the back. Buy yourself your flowers. Don't wait for anyone to buy them or give them to you. Nurture yourself and your inner child, and most important, self love on yourself. It's important to love yourself because when you love yourself, you want to do better. You start to feel better little by little, and you can be an example to others. So please share this video, hit the like button, subscribe, because I will be back with more messages. And thank you for being here today and listening. This is Lisa shedding love and light, and I'll be back in the next day or two with more information for you. Thank you, and I hope you're being encouraged from this information within these videos. Thank you for being here. This is Lisa shedding love and light, and I'll be with you in another day or two. Bye for now.